I never imagined that the two people I trusted most would one day betray me. My husband, David, and my best friend, Ada, had been part of my life for years. Ada was more than a friend. She was like a sister. She attended my wedding, celebrated my victories, and cried with me during my struggles. Whenever she visited our home, I welcomed her with arms. Everything seems perfect, also, I thought. It started with small things. My husband became distant. The man who used to tell me everything about his day suddenly became secretive. He smiled at his phone more than he smiled at me. Whenever I asked if something was wrong, he would laugh and say, "You are imagining things." I wanted to believe him, but then Ada started acting strangely too. She stopped looking at me in the eyes. Sometimes she would visit and leave the moment my husband arrived. Other times, they seemed unusually nervous around each other. Still, I ignored the sign. Because trust can make you blind. One evening, my husband told me he had an important business meeting and wouldn't be home until late at night. A few minutes after he left, my phone rang. The number was unknown. I almost ignored it. But something told me to answer. A woman's voice spoke softly. If you want to know where your husband really is, go to Royal Garden Hotel, the woman said. The call ended. No explanation, no name. Just those words. My hands trembled. So I called him, but no answer. Then I called Ada. No answer. At that moment, something inside me broke. But then part of me wanted to stay home. Part of me wanted to believe it was a prank. But my heart sank immediately. I grabbed my bag and left. The drive felt endless. Every terrible possibility ran through my mind. When I arrived, I immediately recognized my husband's car parked outside. My stomach dropped. I walked towards the entrance, barely able to breathe. Then I saw them, sitting together, laughing, holding hands, my husband and Ada. The world around me disappeared. I couldn't hear the music. I couldn't hear the people talking. All I could see was them, the two people I once loved the most. My husband looked up. The smile vanished from his face. Ada turned around and froze. For a few seconds, nobody moved. Then my husband stood up. Babe, please let me explain. Explain what? I said. How long they had been lying? How many times they have laughed behind my back? How many times they had looked me in the eyes and pretended everything was normal? Ada started crying. She kept saying she was sorry, but I felt nothing. No tears, no anger, no shouting, just silence. Because the truth was, I had discovered their secret days earlier. The strange messages, the hidden conversations, the late night calls. I had seen them enough. And while they were busy planning their future together, I had been planning mine. I had spoken to a lawyer. I signed the divorce papers. I had already decided to leave. That night wasn't about finding out the truth. It was about seeing whether they would choose honesty. They didn't. Even when I caught them, they still tried to lie. That's when I knew my decision was right. I looked I looked at both of them. My husband once loved, the husband I once loved, the friend I once trusted. And I smiled. Not because I was happy, not because I was but because I was finally free. I placed an envelope on the table. My husband opened it, the divorce papers. His face turned pale. Ada stopped crying and stared at me. Neither of them expected it. Neither of them thought I would walk away, but I did. I turned around and I headed for the door. Behind me, I heard my husband calling my name. I heard Ada sobbing. I didn't stop. I didn't look back.